President Trump released his budget Tuesday, which drastically cuts public education funding. At the same time, Trump's budget would favor a new $250 million federal school voucher system, which would mainly fund religious schools. School voucher schemes are a backdoor means of funding religious schools with taxpayer money, undermining the principle of separation between state and church. What can we expect if federal vouchers are approved by Congress? We can learn a lot from states that have implemented private school voucher programs. First, expect religious schools to receive a windfall. In North Carolina, 92% of students attending voucher schools go to religious school. In the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, 100% of the participating schools are religious. In Indiana, 99% of the schools are religious. Second, we can expect that voucher schools will not be accountable to taxpayers. With vouchers, there is no opportunity for those who write the checks to have a say in what type of education they are funding. Fraud and abuse are common in voucher programs because there is little or no public oversight. In the Milwaukee, Wisconsin program, $139 million over a 10-year period went to schools that were eventually kicked out after they failed to meet requirements related to student safety, auditing, and accreditation. We can also expect voucher schools to provide an inadequate education. Recent studies of the voucher programs in Indiana, Louisiana, Ohio, and the District of Columbia have found that voucher students fared worse academically. Besides these objective measures, voucher schools have repeatedly failed to abide by minimal education standards. For example, some schools use science materials that rail against the biological fact of evolution. A number of schools reportedly lacked any textbooks at all. Some pop-up voucher schools do not even have a safe outdoor space for children to play. These types of schools are the last thing we should encourage nationally. Finally, you can expect any voucher program to quickly grow. Once implemented by states, voucher schemes have rapidly expanded. In Indiana, for instance, the number of voucher students grew from 0 in 2010 to more than 34,000 this year. It is expected that any Trump voucher plan would be greatly expanded to fulfill his ultimate goal of creating a $20 billion annual voucher program nationwide. Please contact your senators and representatives to oppose Trump's education budget, which harms our public schools and sends taxpayer money to unaccountable religious institutions. And please join the Freedom from Religion Foundation in our efforts to protect America's public schools against President Trump's reckless voucher scheme.